So it's just about 5 o'clock here in the morning. It's Sunday, May 16th. My uncle's been gone all week, so I got the task of feeding cows the last 2 days, and I figure I'll take you guys along, see what all goes through. I got my calendar here, figuring out what was left over from feed. When I first get here in the morning, I gotta walk all the dry cows and check for calves, and then go down the alleys and scrape whatever's left over from feed. Since it rained 2 days ago, that messes up the density of feeds, so we gotta dial it back in for how much they're supposed to get. We call this our pit barn because there's a pit underneath it, and then our hoop barn, which was original when we built our parlor, and then we got the fresh cows in a bedding pack. So we got hoop 1 or pen 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then this is for heifers and dry cows on the bottom. We'll get to that in a couple hours. Pile for haylage. Then we also got a bag, so we're mixing it in, blending it. Pile for corn silage. And we tub grind dry hay, beet pulp, and this is our premix. We'll start with 5,000 pounds of this. We do this as a premix so that I only have 4 products to load per batch versus having 8, and those other 4 products I'd have to get in and out of the skid steer and switch between that and this. So just to simplify it, we stockpile this premix. Keep an eye on our scale. I think it takes about 2 buckets. We got the haylage. This I gotta go to 7370. It works better just to flick the bucket a little bit versus tipping it down. If you tip it down, you're more likely to get a big chunk to fall out, and then before you know it, you're a couple pounds, 100 pounds over. Now I got 2 of the 4 in. Next up is a beet pulp, which is a sugar beet byproduct. From what I understand, this is considered wet, and they can dry this stuff out, and that's what you get by the sack for like show animals and stuff like that. This stuff is heavy. There's a lot of water content to it. And then finally is corn silage. That makes up the big portion of the diet. It's like I got a visitor, or a supervisor, I guess. Need a second bucket. Now we'll let it mix for a couple minutes and go dump it in front of all the cows. So then they got something to start eating on while I mix up the last 2 batches. And also, I have to scrape our hoop barn. That gets scraped morning and night. First, the pit barn is on slats, so most of the moisture drains away into the pit. But solids do build up if we don't scrape it, so we just scrape it once a day. Now they all come running. I just dumped 3,000 pounds, just enough that they got something to start eating. Their full ration is 7,000, so I'll have to come back a second time. These will be getting milked here in the next 10-20 minutes. They'll be going up. And this pen here, I'll give them 3,000 pounds also. These aren't quite as ambitious to get up and start eating. I guess they got more manners. I got those 2 groups. They got something to start eating on. Looks like they just showed up to start milking. So now we're here by the last group. Since this is a 2-speed feeder wagon, shove that lever backwards, and then we'll put it in high gear, so that helps clean out better. One good thing about feeding cows in the morning, I sure get quite a view. So that's what it looks like there after dumping 4 of the 5 groups. Those 2 stupid cows always go get stuck back there every day. So now we gotta go chase them out. What are you doing? You don't belong there. Here's one of our tame ones. We gotta put a pipe in here or something to keep them from always walking through. Now I just chase them down, eventually they'll go right out of a freestall. That's all it takes, but they want to be difficult. Come on, you two. Hey. Come on, almost there. Just has to get her hips past it. Come on. I don't want to do this again with you tomorrow. Here's another one of our tame animals, I guess. We call her Free Beer on Ice. She's got an attitude to her. Nice cow, but she's just crabby. And tries headbutting you all the time. So now I got the first batch all dumped, and I got my second batch mixed. These cows here up getting milk, so I gotta scrape their lanes and stuff and push it all in the middle where we got a gutter. So this last time I dumped 3,000 pounds in front of each of these groups, and this group needs a total of 7,000. So now I gotta dump 4,000 here, and then 7,000 for the far side of the barn. In case you're wondering what this slat is, we're pushing the Manure into. It's a 4-foot trench up until the feed bunk. It's 4x4, and then it goes underneath this little shack. It comes out here, and then into here. Right down below here is where that piston pump is, and then it pumps at this corner of the pit barn. This pit's 12 foot deep, roughly 1.5 million gallons. We can pump about 1.4 out roughly. Just one switch. Cafe team, little Maddie. So that is it for feeding cows. We just gotta go drop this off. Just in time to go shower and get ready to go to church. So if you enjoyed watching this video of feeding cows, make sure to like and subscribe.